The Economist Intelligence Unit compiles yearly rankings of cities all over the world based on how livable each one is. For the year 2022, the title of most livable city on the earth went to Vienna. With the exception of 2021, Vienna has spent the better part of the past decade ranking either first or second among the world's most livable cities. What exactly sets the capital of Austria apart from other cities and makes it such a desirable place to call home? Subscribe to AWZ and let us know if you enjoy our video. In the year 2022, Vienna was given a score of 99.1, which put it ahead of other cities such as Copenhagen, Zurich, and Calgary, which were located in the countries of Denmark, Switzerland, and Canada, respectively. Let's take a glance at what it takes to make a city hospitable to human habitation. The term World's Most Livable Cities is an unofficial designation that can be applied to any list of cities based on where they rank on an annual survey of the quality of life enjoyed by their citizens. A city needs to foster a sense of community in addition to providing its residents with livable conditions such as clean water, clean air, appropriate food, and adequate shelter. Consequently, it should not come as a surprise that some of the least livable cities on the earth include places like Lagos in Nigeria, Damascus in Syria, and Dhaka in Bangladesh. Vienna has a population of about 2 million people, making it a respectable size for a medium metropolis. It isn't so small that it's unimportant or doesn't have anything interesting to offer, but neither is it so big that it can be compared to cities such as London, Tokyo, or New York City. Of course, Vienna is the capital and largest city of Austria. A contemporary and developed nation that is abundant in arts, culture, and history. Austria, although having a population of only about 9 million people, punches considerably above its weight when it comes to the size of its economy and its general influence on the world. As the world's 33rd largest economy, with a GDP of over $480 billion, this positions them ahead of countries such as Egypt, the Philippines, and Vietnam, all of which have populations that are more than 11 times larger. Vienna, although a medium-sized city, frequently ranks among the top 10 greenest cities on the planet. This does not mean that the city itself is green due to the presence of numerous plants and trees. Rather, the term green refers to the city's overall effectiveness in protecting the environment. The more environmentally conscious a city is, the lower its relative levels of pollution are, which is, of course, invaluable to human health. You'd rather live in this part of Dhaka, Bangladesh, or this part of Vienna, Austria. It is very remarkable that Vienna is ranked as the 5th best city in the world for the traffic index, given that it is not only the capital city of Austria, but also a metropolis with a population of approximately 2 million people. When I was doing research on people's impressions of Vienna and the reasons why it is so great, one of the recurring factors that kept coming up was its excellent public transportation system. One user commented that the public transportation is to die for, as it functions flawlessly and is more than reasonably priced. A yearly pass can be purchased for approximately €365. Within the city limits, around €1 every day, there are 11 different ways to enjoy the outdoors that are all reachable via public transportation. There is no compelling reason to purchase a vehicle. This, of course, helps reduce levels of pollution, and it also frees up people's hard-earned income so that they may spend it on nicer things rather than on pricey automobiles. The city of Vienna, as well as the country of Austria as a whole, is situated in a beautiful location. It can be considered to be located smack dab in the midst of Europe. It is possible to reach a number of other nations within a few of hours driving time. There is no need for difficult and inconvenient border crossings because the majority of European countries are members of the European Union and can be reached within a couple of hours of flying across the continent. If you are driving, it's the same as going to a different city within your own country when you go to a foreign country. Although it is not without flaws, even though it is the capital of its country, Vienna is a highly safe city to live in. It rates low in all crime statistics except for one, and when you compare it to Paris, for example, you can see that it is light years ahead of the French capital in terms of crime and safety. Although it is not the most affordable location to live in Europe, given that it is a highly developed metropolis that is ranked as the most livable on the planet, the cost of living in this city is not nearly as high as it is in other capitals of Europe. A salary of approximately €52,000 is considered to be the norm across all of Vienna. And let's say London, it's more like €63,000, so roughly 20% less. Nevertheless, the cost of living in the capital of Austria is a significant amount lower. In particular, rent, which is approximately 54% less expensive than in London. Now, Austria is the country in the world that has the second highest level of English proficiency out of all the countries in the globe. The ability to communicate in English is not, by itself, sufficient evidence that a location is desirable for habitation. However, given that English is the language that is spoken by the most people around the world, it is much simpler to strike up a conversation with the natives, regardless of whether you are visiting from another nation or moving there permanently. Because Vienna is the capital of Austria, this is the city where the majority of the country's commercial activity takes place. It is reasonable to assert that Vienna is the city in the world that possesses some of the greatest levels of English language competence among all places on the planet that are not English-speaking countries. It is no surprise that many consider Vienna to be not just one of the most beautiful cities in Europe, but also one of the most beautiful cities in the world due to the city's unparalleled architecture and design. The city itself is located on the Danube River, which is the second longest river on the entire continent. It is fairly obvious why the capital of Austria was ranked as the world's most livable city in 2022. Vienna is a magnificent city with a rich history, a vibrant culture, stunning architecture, excellent transportation links, and a relatively secure environment. Will Vienna maintain its position as the top city in the world in 2023, or may another city displace it once the virus has hopefully been contained and lockdowns lifted? Would it be possible for Vienna's largest rival, Melbourne, which is located in Australia, to unseat it as the top city? Let us know what you think in the comments. If you've made it this far in today's video, we appreciate your time. We shall see you soon in our future video.